Welcome to Track Us Down. If you're just finding us, I'm Monique and I'm here with Doug, and we are at, it's actually our second stop. The first night didn't really count. We were having dinner here in Bragança. It was a long drive from down south. We made it all the way up here north, and we're just making some chicken burgers and salad, vegan chicken burgers. We're having some red wine and we're tired. It's September and the weather's still beautiful up here. We're going to eat and we're going to go for a little walk. We are parked right beside a beautiful castle, the Castle of Bragança, and it's a free motorhome parking. We're surrounded by other people, which is kind of nice. It's early September and we are in Bragança and we are exploring the medieval castle here. We had a good night in the motorhome last night. It was quiet, it was cool, and here we are.
So we've showered this morning. We used our shower for the first time and we feel clean, and it was just a really good experience. We were just sitting here and I heard a loud sound. That to me looks like a walnut. I've never seen a walnut tree before. I guess that's what a walnut looks like. Well, let's open it up. Just like primitive man smashing it with a stone tool. Look what we got inside. We got ourselves a little feast. They're in this green case. It dries up, and then when it peels off or falls, you have a walnut.
Okay, right off the tree.
This is about as fresh as it gets. Tree to mouth.
That's great. We are exploring the medieval castle here. It was built in 1409 and it's actually built on foundations of the first King of Portugal's castle or remnant.
Yeah, that was back in, I think, the 1100s when the first foundations were laid here, so it's pretty old.
It actually looks like a castle that a child would draw, so I'm excited to look inside.
We learned how to say the name of the town. It's
Yeah.
Bragança. We asked a local, so we can't wait to go have a look around. There's a full town in there.
So we're standing here next to the village pillory that was moved here in the 1800s, which is old enough, but at the bottom here, this is apparently over 2,500 years old and is commonly referred to as the village pig.
This is what it's all about for me as far as travel, and especially being here in Portugal. This fort, this castle, goes back to the 12th century, the 1100s. I just find it so amazing to touch and walk around on things that have been around for so long, and so many people in history have been a part of it. I can't even imagine what it would have been like 600 years ago. We were just standing here in history. I love it.
This is where all the important people came to make decisions, right here. They sat along these benches. It reminds me about how the Romans used to sit around and talk about things. And of course, there is tons of Roman history here in Bragança. One of the nice things about traveling in a motorhome, it's always nice to pack your own lunch and find a quiet little spot where there's nobody and enjoy a little break in the day before carrying on sightseeing. So we're gonna enjoy our little picnic lunch here at the Castle of Bragança.
This baguette's good, but it's getting a little bit hard.
Our time here in Bragança has been really, really nice. It's an amazing place in Northern Portugal, somewhere we'd never even heard of, and it's a great start to our adventures.
One of the great things about traveling like this in a motorhome is that you can usually park pretty close to your destination, your sightseeing destinations, and we're actually parked just on the slope down the hill from here.
After a full day of touring, it's always great to stop for a beer before heading home. Cheers! Time for dinner.
Ah, this looks great.
We're back at camp. We did our sightseeing and now we're having an early dinner before maybe going for a walk and then relaxing hopefully tonight.
This isn't a rosé, this is kombucha. We call it our kombucha wine. We actually drink quite a bit of it, more than wine. So cheers.
Cheers.
It's so nice sitting out here under our awning and just with the table set up and the ability to cook here and clean up here. Tonight we'll go for a nice walk and cozy into a relaxing night. We'll watch some Netflix, maybe some YouTube.
See you in the morning.
Good night.
Good morning. We had a really nice night in the motorhome. It was very peaceful, even though there was a lot of other motorhomes around. It was quiet. We woke up early, we got ourselves ready, we had a really nice breakfast and a cup of our coffee, and we headed west.
Yes, northwest, mostly
Northwest,
north. We
yeah.
are in the far northeast of Portugal. Literally, Spain is just over that hill right there. And we are in a place called Montesinho. It's a small, historic little town. It is about as isolated as it gets here in northeastern Portugal. And we're about to head off on an 8-kilometer hike down to a water reservoir / lake before we come back to Stealthy here.
So we've packed a lunch and off we go. Before you get to the trailhead, you walk through the little town. How quaint and beautiful is this? You feel like you're as far away from the real world as you can be.
They say that this area has Paleolithic drawings from thousands of years ago, as well as signs of Romans crossing by here. So we're gonna have a look at that when we get up to the lake. Man, these flies are everywhere.
It's supposed to flatten out because this has been a lot of up. We all know how I feel about up.
Another thing that we're not used to when you go for a hike on Madeira, there's no flies at you, there's no mosquitoes at you, but this has been non-stop little flies buzzing around our head. I don't think they're biting, they're just annoying. You just have to keep moving your hands around. They're trying to get in your mouth and your eyes. So another plus for Madeira. We miss you. We haven't seen any signs of the Roman presence here or prehistoric man yet. But I feel like if we were gonna find it, this would be the type of place where it would be. Looking for carvings on rock. Apparently pictures of animals, but I haven't seen anything yet. It actually does look very Paleolithic. Here's the mothership that landed millennia ago. What we got there?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, some Lay's potato chips, some cut up veggies, and water.
Sounds good to me.
You ready?
I am.
It's really nice.
The stone kind of wall, I don't know if it's for a stockade or if it was marked a path, but I couldn't find anything obvious to say that it's Roman. I mean, it's definitely old. So I think we'll call that a wrap for looking for anything Roman or Paleolithic here.
One of the ladies in the shops down there told us that right beside the church was the oldest chestnut tree. It was 700 years old.
After that, we drove north just up into Spain and drove along the edge of the border of Spain and Portugal for dipping down back into Portugal to Chaves here in north central Portugal.
Today we are exploring Chaves, which is in the north still, but it's more central. We drove here from Bragança through Montesinho last time and spent the night in a really cute RV park that gives you access right to the main area, the old town, which is completely walkable. Today we did some housekeeping things, as we talked about before. There's always life maintenance with laundry and cleaning, and we're out exploring this afternoon.
And what do you see behind us? This is the highlight of this old medieval town. It's a 2,000 plus year old Roman bridge. Check it out. So in 2007, the town of Chaves decided they were going to build an underground car park, and they started excavating here in Old Town, downtown Chaves. But what did they find instead? A 2,000-year-old Roman bath. Check this out. When they excavated it, the water was still bubbling at 68 degrees Celsius under there. Roman perfection in construction. Here in town, they have their own thermal spout.
All right. It's hot. Really hot.
It's steaming. This water is supposed to have medicinal properties. It comes out boiling hot. We've seen several people walk up with glasses and just fill it up again and again and drink it. So it's supposed to have some kind of great quality. So we're gonna try it, but I think we better let it cool off a bit first. It's pretty hot.
I'm just looking across the way and there's an older lady with white hair who just went down and got herself a big glass and she's drinking it, so we can do it too.
If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for us.
She's doing something right. Go for it.
It's not bad, it's hot.
It could use some sugar. Once you get your water and you sit down, it's so soothing and relaxing. We spent a few minutes just enjoying the ambiance and drinking our thermal water. So I asked if I could go in the thermal bath, and they said, unfortunately no, because it's Roman ruins. But 5 minutes down the street, we can see the thermal baths. We just booked an appointment tomorrow at the Chaves Thermal Spa. We had a little appointment with a doctor, that's compulsory, and 9 a.m. tomorrow we will be going to the spa.
We are taking the baths just like the ancient Romans here in the same place, Chaves, in north central Portugal. Well, we're back at the Chaves Thermal Spa. It's the next morning, and we're going for our thermal bath and massage treatment here, first thing just before 9 a.m. Treatment this morning is supposed to include a Turkish bath, an immersion with hydro massage, and then a general massage. We can't wait. We are in the Turkish bath portion, and I think we're in here for about 12 or 15 minutes, but I can't see a thing. Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Where are you? There you are. Nothing like breathing vapor. And now we just relax. This is the hydrotherapy immersion portion of our treatment. The water smells and feels the same as the water we drank yesterday from the thermal spring. We actually had coffee with it this morning, but now we're soaking in it in these big jet tubs. Not quite the same way as the Romans, but it still feels pretty good.
All right, so now we're in the massage portion of our little program that we have here. The thermal bath or the hydro massage was really, really nice. It's a mix between sort of like 1950s insane asylum and spa, but super clean, super nice, very clinical. The spa room looks beautiful. They have candles and we're about to have a massage.
Well, that was really nice. For 110 euros for the both of us, you get about an hour and a half, a Turkish steam bath followed by a hydro massage and then a full body massage. It was so relaxing at these thermal spas here in Chaves. Highly recommend doing this when you're up here.
We really enjoyed the quaint little streets, obviously the thermal baths and all the Roman history in the town. It's evening now and we're just walking along the river. It's so peaceful and beautiful. And we're about to head out for dinner, usual pizza and wine. And then we're gonna call it a wrap here in Chaves. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with us and for following along. And as always, check back in and
Track us down.